Good day everyone and welcome back to Jack's Cosplay. My name is Jax and I do cosplay. Now I, just like the rest of the entire internet, have become completely obsessed with the game Among Us. The game of lies, deception, calling your friends sus, and claiming to be doing tasks in electrical. Well, you guys know me. Whenever I become obsessed with something, I have to build a cosplay of it. So that is what I'm going to be doing today. I am going to be building an Among Us crewmate or imposter, we don't know, cosplay. So in order to build this cosplay, I'm going to be building it similar to a normal astronaut cosplay, except it will be in the colors of Among Us. If you guys want to check out how to make an inflatable Among Us cosplay similar to the proportions of the characters in the game, you should definitely go check out Odin Makes, and I'll link him down below because he did a fantastic tutorial video of how to build an inflatable Among Us cosplay that looks exactly like the characters from the game. So in order to get started with building this astronaut cosplay, the first thing I need to do is build an astronaut helmet, even though it doesn't seem to be much help when you get ejected into space by your friends. But anyway, so in order to build this, I'm going to be building my helmet out of foam, and I have got a Peppercura template file from GZeroSenpai, who I will link down below, so you can go check him out, check out his work, and get the template from him. So let's go right on into building the helmet, and we'll see you there.
Okay, so I have gone ahead and I have printed out my patterns onto some regular printer paper, and I am now going to start tracing them onto some 10mm EVA foam floor mats with just a regular pen. And don't forget to label your pieces left and right so you know which pieces they are, and don't forget to flip over your pieces to create the left and right hand side of the helmets. I've now got a box cutter which I am making sure is sharp, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut along those lines to cut out my pieces. And you want to make sure that you're cutting all your lines at 90 degrees to the foam. You don't want to be making any beveled cuts because that could lead to a strange shape happening when you start gluing your pieces together. The next thing you want to do is you want to get a heat gun, and you want to just apply some heat to all the pieces and then curl them with your hands so that you can curve them into the shape of the helmet so that there's less tension on the glue. With the heat gun, you don't want to be putting heat in one area for too long as it could burn the foam, so just keep the heat gun moving and then just use your hands to go and add a bit of curve to the foam. To glue the pieces together, I am going to be using some contact adhesive, so I just put a little bit along each of the edges, and I just take a piece of scrap foam and I go and make sure it's spread evenly across all the edges that I want to glue together. When working with contact adhesive, you want to apply the glue to both surfaces that you're gluing together and just give it a little bit of time to dry. Check which specific brand you're using, check how long the dry time recommended for that brand is, and wait that amount of time, and then you can just go ahead and touch those pieces together, apply a bit of pressure, and the pieces will be glued together. So when you have made the two halves of the helmet, you can go ahead, apply glue, and glue together those two halves of the helmet to create one full helmet. I am also gluing a strip of foam just around the bottom of the helmet to add a little bit of detail to the helmet, so it looks like it could be the part where the helmet connects to the spacesuit. Next, you just want to take a Dremel tool with a sanding drum and just go over all your harsh edges and clean them up, make them a bit softer, clean up any rough parts of the helmet from when you were cutting, and yeah. Next, I'm taking some acrylic sealant and I'm just putting it in all those seam lines to try and smooth them out a bit. So you can just apply that with a stick and then put some water on your finger to smooth out all those seam lines. To prime the helmet, I am just taking some cold glue or some PVA wood glue, and I'm just going to apply that all over the helmet with a regular brush. And you want to do a couple layers of this to the helmet with sanding in between with just some sandpaper. And this just helps the paint to adhere to the foam better, so it doesn't absorb as much into the foam. To paint the helmet, I am just going to be using some basic acrylic craft paint. I'm painting mine orange, and depending on what color you are using, you may need several coats to completely cover the helmet. As you can see on mine, the pen marks are still showing through the paint, so I will need a few coats of paint to cover my helmet. I think I did about 3 coats of paint on my helmet. I am also just taking some black acrylic paint and adding some details. I am painting the band of foam around the bottom of the helmet. I'm painting a stripe down the top and a little logo on the side. But you can feel free to customize these helmets however you want for your character. To make the visor of the helmet, I have got a sheet of acrylic plastic which I am heating up with my heat gun, and I'm wearing some leather gloves to protect my hands while doing this. And once it is heated up, you'll see it starts to curve and bend, and then you can bend it into the shape you want. So I'm just going to be putting a bit of curve in it so that it can fit nicely into my helmet. Once I have heated the helmet to a curve that I am happy with, I am just going to use some hot glue to secure it in place inside of the helmet.
And so that is how I made my Among Us astronaut helmet. So it's a relatively quick and easy project that you can do over a weekend or over a couple of days. And I made mine in orange and black because Halloween is just around the corner, and I felt that we needed some spooky Halloween colors for this costume. Now, to finish up the Among Us cosplay, there's a few other things that you'll need. The first thing you'll need, or the second thing with the helmet being the first, is some coveralls in the color of your crewmate. So as you can see, I've got some orange here because I'm going for an orange and black themed crewmate. The next thing you'll want is just a plain black belt that you can just put on over the coveralls just to add a little bit of detail. Some black gloves to put on your hands, and then just some boots or shoes that look like they could maybe go with an astronaut's outfit. So once you put all those things together, you've got your Among Us cosplay, which when you're finished will look something a little like this. Thank you so much for watching this quick little tutorial that I made on how to make an Among Us cosplay and astronaut helmet. Once again, you can grab the templates for this helmet from GZeroSenpai, who will be linked down below. If you enjoyed this type of cosplay and costuming content, please feel free to subscribe to my channel because I've got quite a few plans for costumes that I want to make on the channel and tutorials I want to make. You can also check me out on Instagram, which is @jax.cosplay. There'll be a link down below. And I'm always active on there, posting work in progress updates of the projects I'm working on, showing some behind the scenes stuff, showing off pictures of my completed cosplays. So please feel free to go check that out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.